Conference Row. This is the official meeting place between the United Nations Command, Military Armistice Commission, United Nations Command, and the Korean People's Army, or KPA. All the blue buildings you see belong to the United Nations Command. All the silver and gray buildings belong to the KPA, as well as the guard towers you see to your left and right. If I could direct your attention to the blue building, to your far right-hand side is the JDO, or Joint Duty Officer building. The JDO is an American naval officer who serves as an official representative of the United Nations Command Military Armistice Commission and conducts official communications between the UNC and the KPA. Directly in front of the JDO building, you see a three-story tan tower. This is KPA guard post number 2, and we are currently being monitored at this time. Again, no pointing, waving, making any gestures. At the base of the Health KPA Tower 2, you see a series of white stakes that stand 1 meter in height and are spaced in 10-meter intervals. These white stakes are the only thing inside the JSA that denotes the border and is further extended onto Conference Row in between the buildings by 17 by 5-inch slabs of concrete. The first gray building to your front right-hand side is the North Korean People's Recreation Center. It's ironically named this due to the fact that it houses no recreational equipment whatsoever. Basically, all they use this building for is to stage 10 to 20 armed soldiers in whenever we have any types of talks between officers inside of T3. When they are in this building, they tend to pull back the curtains, point, wave, make derogatory gestures such as throat slashing. Due to their antics, this building has obtained the nickname Monkey House. Next is T3. T3 is used by the JDO for all colonel level and staff officer level talks. T2 is the Military Armistice Commission building, or MAC building, which will be entering shortly. T1 is used by the Neutral Nations Supervisory Commission, once again the NNSC camp, for all weekly meetings. The large gray building to your far left-hand side is formerly used by the Czech and Polish NNSC, but is no longer used today. Directly behind Conference Row to your front is the North Korean People's Visitor Center. Basically, it's the same thing as our Peace House. It also serves a 2-man guard post, and it's called the Panmunjom. At this point, if you have any questions, feel free to ask about anything in the area. You're allowed to move about semi-freely, take photographs. Feel free. Gentlemen, welcome to the MAC building, Military Armistice Commission building. This is the site of the 4 original types of meetings essential to the supervision of the ceasefire agreement. It is now the site of general officer level talks. The MAC meetings usually last 3 to 4 hours, but there was one on record that lasted 11.5 hours. All statements are translated into 2 languages, English and Hangul or Korean. There was a meeting on record that lasted 11.5 hours. This was called the Bladder Wars. You guys can kind of get a picture of what that was all about. Nobody wanted to go to the bathroom first. They sat here for almost 12 hours. Like I said, all statements are translated into 2 languages, English and Hangul or Korean. This used to be done by translators working simultaneously at either ends of the buildings on the glass booths to your left and right. However, the translators now sit at the heads of the tables, so the translator booths are no longer used. If I can direct your attention to the table in the middle, there you'll see a series of microphones. All statements are monitored and recorded 24 hours a day. These microphones also represent the military demarcation line in the building, and is further extended to my front and rear by the 17 by 5-inch slabs of concrete. Those of you to my left are standing in North Korea. Those of you to my right are still relatively safe with me in the Republic of Korea. You guys in the middle, I don't know how that works.
We're neutral.
Yeah.
These soldiers are standing at a modified position of Taekwondo. This stance, along with the sunglasses, are used to present an intimidating stance towards the North Koreans. If I can direct your attention to the plastic sign in the Southern Translator booth. There you see a plastic sign. At one time, we had a shelf there with miniature silk flags of each of those nations. However, in March 2001, as President Bush was shaking hands with the former president of South Korea, Kim Dae-jung, in Washington, D.C., the JDO watched through that camera as 2 North Korean soldiers entered from the north. One took down the U.S. flag and proceeded to polish his boots with it. The other took down the South Korean flag and proceeded to blow his nose with that. Therefore, this shelf and flags were removed and replaced with that plastic sign. Which will
UNC Checkpoint 3, that is directly behind you. Remember, as we were coming here, upon arriving here, you'll be surrounded on 3 sides by communist South Korea. I'm about to show you this at this time. If you look to your right, you can see those white sticks that stand here at one hook. You can see on top of the white stick, you can see that rusted panel that should be yellow and black, but it is kind of rusted. But it goes all along the DMZ, every 100 to 200 meters interval. It goes all the way here down to your front. It makes an abrupt left where you see all those trees are on the same height, directly to your front. You follow that tree line. It goes all the way underneath that bridge. It bisects the Sashin River. Goes all the way to the Han Estuary to the west. So you got North Korea, and North Korea on 3 sides. Starting here on my left, which is your right, you can see there's a hill here. On top of that hill, you can see a dirt road. Can anybody see that? That dirt road denotes the northern portion of the DMZ. Behind that hill, 90% of the North Korean troops are stationed back there. Don't fear, because I'm armed. I can protect you guys. You can see that airframe building here. This is KPA Guard Post number 5. KPA Guard Post number 5. KPA Guard Post number 5 is actually monitoring you guys at this time. Please do not point and wave and communicate with the KPA verbally or non-verbally. Further down, you can see the flat white buildings here on the horizon. This is the former Czechoslovakian and Polish NNSC camp. It's no longer being used because the Czechoslovakians are no longer here. You can see that airframe building here that is surrounded by those trees. This is the North Korean People's Peace Museum, as this museum was constructed in less than 48 hours, solely for the purpose of the signing of the armistice agreement. And it is also houses the 2 axes that were used in the 1976 axe murder incident. Ironic. Then you can see here, you can see on the Bridge of No Return, the famous Bridge of No Return, and on the other side of that you can see KPA Guard Post number 7. On the other side you can see the blue shack here. This is UNC Checkpoint 4. It's no longer manned because everything that can be seen from UNC Checkpoint 4 can be easily seen behind you by UNC Checkpoint 3. On the other side is KPA Guard Post number 7. Please do not point and wave at them at any time, verbally or non-verbally. On this portion here, this is the village of Gijongdong, or Propaganda Village. You can see the flag. I don't know if you guys can have a good view of the flag, but it's not flying well today. It takes a lot of wind to get that flag flying to the full extent. When it is flying to the full extent, it is compared to a 3-story building, a 3-story building inside the village of Gijongdong. He has a dry weight of 600 pounds.
This is where we perform Operation Big Switch and Operation Little Switch.